All right, you're probably frustrated. There's no water coming out of your spray head when you pull the trigger. I'm going to show you some things to troubleshoot that. So first of all, water does come out of the sprayer even when the machine's not on, but your hose has to be below the water tank. So here right now, I'm pulling on the trigger and nothing's coming out. But if I hold that down below the tank here and pull the trigger, water will come out. So there you can see. And then if I kick the machine on, you'll see the difference between how forcefully the water comes out. Okay, so try that first. If that doesn't work, then you can try to prime the hose. Now the directions say to fill up your tank here of clean water. Then you want to, again, put the hose below the tank and then squeeze the tank. Now it's not that easy to squeeze, so you need two hands here. So go ahead and pump that a few times, see if that works. If possible, if you can do it yourself, pumping with one hand, pulling the trigger with the other, that could help get you some additional leverage there. And if possible, maybe you could ask somebody else to go ahead and pump the tank here while somebody else pulls the trigger there. So try that first, see if that works. Now, another thing that you want to check is your actual tank here. You have this spring-loaded piece right here that when you press that in, it lets the water out of your reservoir here. So make sure that when you push that over the sink or a bucket like I have here, that water is actually coming out. If you don't have water coming out here, then that might be the issue as well that you need to address. So another thing, if you've tried all of those and that's not working, you've taken this headpiece off, pulled the trigger, no water still coming out, you've done everything that I told you to prime the tube, no water coming out still, you can actually take this apart a little bit more. So here there's a screw in the front, take that out. Once the screw's out, you can pull this piece off. It comes off of the trigger here, and then the trigger comes out, and it's just two pieces here that it's easy to put back together. But now here you can see a little bit more about the inner workings of it. You've basically got a spring and a trigger here that allows you to get the water out, and then here you have a little tube, and then here's the other tube that runs through the entire hose and into the inside of the machine there, and that's how the water gets down through the tube. Now you could look in this clear tube and see if there's an obvious clog right there. Maybe that's your issue. But at this point, it's worth investigating. You can actually take this apart. All these tubes, you can just pull them apart. You know, if you have a functioning machine, there's really no reason to do that. But if you are at the point where nothing else is working, you can go ahead and take this apart and see if water's coming out of there, at which point you might have a clog in this green piece. So if you've got clear here and you can see water there, you might have a clog in this green piece. So it might be worth taking that off, cleaning it out. And then once you have that green piece off, you can actually press the button there to see if water is coming out of the white piece or that connection there, so that you would then be able to see, okay, so I don't have a clog through here, my clog's in here. Maybe it can help you identify where you might have a clog. So depending on where you live, you might have hard water. There could just be some particles stuck in your machine, clogging it, preventing it from spraying. You can try all of those things and see if that helps you get some water if your Bissell Little Green Machine is not squirting when you pull the trigger. So hopefully that helps. If you need other information about the Green Machine, I will link to other videos. I've done a lot about this little green machine. Also, if you like DIY around the house stuff, please feel free to like and subscribe. My name is Drew. I'll see you in the next one.